Well, certainly tourism continues to be a strong industry for this area. In fact, it is the second largest industry and a major employer. With that in mind, the Northeast Tennessee Tourism Association is joining forces with ETSU to offer a special program to support those within the industry. Joining us now with more is Alicia Phelps, Northeast Tennessee Tourism Association Executive Director. Alicia, good to have you.
Hey, thanks.
So this is the third year. You were just telling me that you guys have been doing this, and each year I'm sure it continues to grow.
Absolutely. You know, the tourism industry continues to grow as our workforce does, and we see folks interested in pursuing careers in this industry. Folks that are already in the tourism and hospitality industry, we want them to move up the ladder and not leave the area. So it was a great way to partner with the ETSU Department of Continuing Studies and Professional Development Office to bring about this program 3 years ago, and it's grown every year.
Yeah, what a great opportunity. What a valuable resource for people to continue to gather more skills. I think the world is constantly changing, and certainly when it comes to tourism as well, you got to keep up with the trends.
Absolutely. Just in Northeast Tennessee alone, in a non-pandemic year, tourists will spend $911 million that's put back into our area. So we want to invest in the industry, and so with this program we're fine-tuning and developing leaders and managers. So we're really looking for folks who are interested in tourism and hospitality, as well as they're already in the industry and they want to move up the ladder. And so we've seen a lot of different folks come through the program, from event planners, folks who are involved in education with our local school systems. Our high schools are now starting to have a hospitality and tourism class.
Wow. And
so we've been able to train those teachers to implement some of the things that they've learned in our program through that. So it could be anybody that you know, works at a hotel, or perhaps they have a short-term rental, or they're a marketer. We've seen lots of different folks through there, and it's interesting to see how tourism can be part of a lot of different industries as well.
And of course, networking always so important, and what a great opportunity to learn from each other. Kind of give us sort of the nuts and bolts of how this training works.
Yeah, so it's a 12-week course. It's in the evenings on Tuesdays. It begins in August, ends in November, and it's quite different than what you would think is, oh, I'm going back to school, I'm taking a class or getting a certification. Within our local industry here in East Tennessee, we have a plethora of professionals who are known not only nationally but internationally for what they do in tourism and hospitality, whether it's the folks at Bristol Motor Speedway, to folks that run mainstream hotels, to, you know, nationally known marketers. So we have access to those folks, and so they'll come and they'll speak to the class on a variety of different topics, whether it's how to plan your own event, to, you know, marketing during a pandemic, supervising employees. We have such great locally owned businesses and restaurants too. So they'll come, have one-on-one interaction with the students. We keep the class size small, so you do get to have that personal interaction. And then, you know, at the end of the program, you get these folks as your resources. It doesn't end there. So we continue to communicate with the alumni that have come through here. We've had over 30 graduates already. So it's great to kind of hear the ins and outs, and anything from like crisis communication to how to build your own business. It's pretty neat to see all the walks of life that come through there.
And I love that it's just immediately applicable.
Yes.
So you walk out with those skills to help you.
Absolutely. I hear from folks who have already gone through the program. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that we learned how to deal with a PR crisis, because here's what just happened. Or I'm so glad we learned how to do TikTok or social media 101. I had no idea how to do TripAdvisor reviews or anything like that, or how to deal with an angry customer, or how to make sure that our guests are comfortable and making memories. Because at the end of the day, we just want to tell the story of Northeast Tennessee, and we want folks to come and have a great time when they're here.
Wow, sounds great. Well, we'll give everybody the information. Now is the time to go ahead and get signed up. It is each Tuesday beginning in August. It's all happening at the Hands-On Discovery Center. For more information, you can check out that website, or to register, you can call that number right there on your screen, 439-8084. We'll put that on our website later today as well.